Dear world, recently I have had to deal with and I came across something I hadn't had to deal with or came across in the past year of live streaming video games. And I know I don't have a very big audience in the live streaming, but there's been reasons why. Not trying to give excuses, but can't consistently live stream if the Wi-Fi keeps kicking out. Just got some of that under control here recently. And I've kind of started to build a pretty cool community with some pretty cool people live streaming, to where the past probably a week of live streaming, I've got to talk football and just really hang out with, because that's all it is really, is I'm playing a video game and there's a bunch of people hanging out chatting. And so I've really got to talk with some really cool people and talk some football and get other opinions on they're different than mine. But here recently, I guess it was last week, 3 guys hit my chat and immediately just started being just cruel and mean and just things that I didn't appreciate and I really didn't want in my chat. And I wasn't sure how to handle it. They were trolls. They were trolling, and I know there's a difference between being trolls and what they were doing. And I was gonna make this big freaking video, and I was gonna call them out by name, and I was gonna point out what they were doing. I downloaded their stream. I did everything I needed to do this, and I talked myself out of it for 2 reasons. One, not everybody likes drama, and 2. Is because I just recently did a video talking about how hate isn't the answer. And if I would have went through with it and made this video and called these guys out by name, then I would have done nothing but spread hate. And that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do here. That's not really what I want to be about. That's not who I want to be. So I decided not to do it, and that's really why I put off doing a Dear World for so long, since my last one, is because I was gonna do it. I was gonna call these guys out, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But I have got to talk with some really cool people live streaming. If you like football, because right now that's what we're doing football live streams, but it's been fun. And there's a couple of people I want to thank for that day, because the camera's on me and the microphone's on me. So I have to really be careful about what I say and how I react. And no matter how much these guys were getting under my skin, all I could do is put a smile on my face and laugh it off. And I did give them ammo. I'm not going to lie. I gave them ammo, because at the time, I fully intended on calling these guys out. So, like when they were talking about, I bet both your parents died of a heart attack. They were going to call me fat fuck and everything else. They're like, I bet both your parents died of a heart attack. And then they were like, Mom, dead at 50, heart attack. And at the time, I was like, do you know me? And then he was like 500 pounds. And I was like, bro, if you wouldn't have said 500 pounds, then I would have thought you knew me or something. And then they thought it was funny that my mother passed away of a heart attack. So then I tried to play the sympathy card. And I was like, yes, you had leukemia. And, she battled cancer for 16 years. And the chemo tore up her organs. And I really kind of just wanted to make these guys feel like shit for what they were saying. But it backfired in a way. This is how I say I fed them ammo. Either they were going to feel like shit, or they were going to use it, and I was going to be able to use that against them and show them what kind of pieces of shit they are. Well, they did use it. They were saying things like hashtag Cody No Mom and just really being mean. Like I said, there's a difference in being trolls and criticizing somebody and like how they're playing the game or even like what they look like. And then there was what these guys were doing. And if you just weren't there in that chat, because I'm not going to bring it up and I'm not going to call them out. If you weren't there in that chat, you didn't see it. But there were 2 people that were in that chat that kind of tried to take up for me and everything, and they were getting bullied as well in the chat with me because they were trying to take up for me. And Dylan's a cool dude. He had my back in the chat, and of course Scott had my back in the chat. But it was just really just kind of sad watching these guys, because it was like they had nothing else better to do. And I think it was a weeknight, so it wasn't even like a weekend and they were goofing off. It was like these three guys had nothing else better to do but to find someone live streaming and troll them. And that's just not good, people. And if I would have went through with putting their names out there and then showing everything I wanted to do, like doing this and saying it happened to me is not quite the same thing as what I was going to do. So if I would have went through with my original plan, it would have been bad people things. And like I say all the time, good things happen to good people. And the universe works itself out. I mean, I lost some subscriptions that day. I even had people in the chat trying, goofing off, trying to talk football with me. And they were like, there's too much going on in this chat. I'm out. And that kills me, especially for a small channel trying to branch out and trying to grow. That hurts. Every sub counts. And I'm just, I'm really thankful for the guys that had my back, man. And then, for the cool ass people who's been in the chat the past couple of days, I appreciate you. And I'm gonna throw Coach Bird out there too, because Coach Bird, is my little pocket offensive coordinator. And so I had to throw him a shout out real quick. But, yeah, Dylan and Scott had my back that night. And it wasn't like I was killing it in views, because anyone that live streams video games, especially like on Twitch, it's a little bit easier to get viewers because that's what the website is about. But on YouTube, it's a little harder to get viewers. And so at one point in time that night, I may have had 15 viewers. But when them guys hit my chat, I lost a lot of viewers. And so the past few nights, it's been consistent in between 20 and 25. And I want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out with me, just having fun. Because that's all we do. We just talk and bullshit and pick at each other about the football teams that we like. So, I mean, if you like that, if you like bullshitting with people and just talking football, then you'll like coming and hanging out with us. I've live streamed 3 or 4 nights a week. I start between 10 and 11 p.m. Central Time. I don't live stream on the weekends because of the microwave situation at this house, which is another thing I need to bitch about. Does anyone else have that problem that when someone turns the microwave on, it kills the Wi-Fi in the house? Because that's one of the problems I've been having on keeping building an audience, because I've learned that the longer you live stream, the more people watch. Like last night I was live streaming about an hour and a half in, I just wasn't feeling it, and I was, I hadn't had any viewers, I wasn't feeling it. I'm an hour and a half in, and I'm thinking about ending the live stream, and then boom, 2-3 people come in, start talking with me, interacting with me, engaging with me, and it made it more fun for me, and I played better, it made it more fun for them. And then before you know it, I've got, 21, 22 viewers for a 2-hour stretch consistently. And that may not sound like a lot to anybody, but like I said, I'm a small channel and I'm trying to grow. But the microwave kicking me out is hard to keep a live stream going. Like one weekend when Overwatch, because I played the Overwatch beta, when Overwatch came out, I wanted to live stream a 12-hour Overwatch binge, except it was broke up. It was like a 30-minute video, and then an hour and a half, and then an hour, because I can't tell people not to use the microwave. I can't say, hey, don't use that microwave because I want, and I do it sometimes. I'll come out and be like, hey, can you not use the microwave for the next couple hours? And I get bitched at, but the struggle, man. They don't understand the struggle. Oh, don't use the microwaves. You can't play your video games. Meh. Ah, now. Get off my dick. Get off me. Anyways, I just want to thank Dylan and Scott for having my back and wave a middle finger at the guys that came in to troll. I haven't blocked them yet, but I did spend 30 minutes after that stream reporting messages because I didn't know how to do it. It's not all laid out there for you. It's apparently it's easier to do it on a phone than it is on a computer, but it wasn't all laid out there for me, so I had to kind of fish around and figure out how to report messages and block users. I didn't block them yet because I kind of wanted them to come back, and I'm glad they didn't because I don't want the drama, and if they do come back, I'll be sure to block them. But I'm going to have a closer eye on my chat, more of a stranglehold on my chat. I won't be putting up with BS like that. Like I said, I reported between them 3 guys, I reported like a total of 50 messages. So I hope they get penalized for it, because there's no room in the world for people like that. I get being trolls. I understand being trolls. I like troll videos. But what they were doing, there's a fine line between being a troll and just being an asshole and being out of line. And they crossed the line, in my opinion, on being an asshole and being out of line. I don't mind trolls. And like I've said before, trolling is what I did. I was a professional wrestler for 10 years. I went out there as a bad guy and trolled the crowd. I know how to do it. I know there's a fine line. And they just went, a step beyond that fine line. Anyways, I hope you I hope you subscribe. It's just a quick update on what's going on with me. You can probably catch me tonight live streaming. But here's another little piece of myself for you.